Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV, some daily Liverpool transfer news and rumours chat. And when I say news, I do mean, no, I'm not going to do this show down. I'm not going to do the quality of the content I've got at this service. News, there is actually some news. You decide how good a quality the news is in the full course of the next 10 minutes or so. As ever, if you've got thoughts on the stuff we discussed, leave them in the comments on the YouTube channel. If you're watching this live, I'll interact with a few of them a little bit later on in the show. If you're watching elsewhere, good on you. Make sure you like whatever it is you're watching. If you're watching on Twitter or if you're watching on Facebook, drop a like or a follow on the Facebook page and the Twitter page as well. But we'll get stuck in with some news, actual news, apparently. Sunderland have failed in their loan bid for Ben Woodburn. Danny Gallagher on the Sky Sports page, presumably another one of the forgotten Gallagher brothers. They've also chosen what is quite possibly the worst photo of Ben Woodburn. Wow, it's like he's looking at his first naked breast. Genuinely incredible. So yeah, the story goes that Chris Coleman obviously knows him from the Wales days, the heady Wales days of about 2 months ago. Wants to take him on a season-long loan. We know Sunderland are bottom of the Championship at the moment, and he wants to bolster his ranks. I've gone on record as saying I didn't think that was a great move for him. It may yet still be a move. The general consensus is, however, that Jurgen Klopp is looking to keep hold of him. And a lot of this is centred around, rumoured apparently, centred around whether Liverpool do or do not bring in another player in the January transfer window. So if Liverpool are capable of finding someone who can play, I think, from the left and maybe a little bit in midfield as well, but predominantly to fill the Felipe Coutinho-shaped attacker hole, then we may well see Woodburn complete this loan move, probably closer to the end of the transfer window. However, if not, then they'll keep him and they'll probably get some game time, which, I think is an interesting one. Personally, I'd like to see him playing for Liverpool. If he's good enough to play for Liverpool, then fine. If he's not, then, you know what, loan him out, sell him, do whatever. But I've seen a few people complaining about, you don't want to be relying on Ben Woodburn. Well, listen, again, if the manager thinks he's good enough and the manager's prepared to put his faith in him, I think we've got enough faith in Jurgen Klopp to know that he does know what he's talking about in this regard. But let me know your thoughts on Ben Woodburn in the comments, and we'll come to all these a bit later on in the show. Moving on then, Emre Can, the Juventus chairman, I believe, has come out and talked about him, and he said, Emre Can, presumably in an Italian accent, which I'm not going to do because that would borderline on racism. It's fine when we do Super Mario impressions. I think less so when we're doing impressions of real life people. Emre Can is a player whose contract is running down, so it allows us to approach him for negotiations, and that is the course we have taken, Marotta told Sky Sport Italia. I can't say if he could sign the new contract with Liverpool, but I can say we will try all we can to get the player. Obviously, we have to respect what the player wants. So, again, I think that backs up in some regard what kind of came out in the last few days or last week, that there's nothing agreed. Nothing has been signed between Emre Can and Juventus, again, contrary to several reports. But what he's doing there is just making their position be a little bit better known. Now, if you want to know more on the Emre Can stuff, highly recommend checking out our exclusive podcast with Chris Bascom, our very own Chris Page, that's the man who owns this show, generally speaking, and the Stat 11s, and our statistician extraordinaire. Sat down this week with Chris Bascom, who's a Northwest journalist, as we all well know, and he discusses the Emre Can situation in a bit more depth and detail. Very, very interesting stuff, and he's got some great points made with regards to Emre Can's current contract and why people who are being critical of him maybe need to get their heads a little bit of a wobble. But highly recommend, if you go to the redmentv.com, we've got some amazing content over there. And again, that's just an exclusive, a little bit of a bonus strand we've got of late for the new subscribers. We've just introduced the Man of the Match podcast as well, and we're going to be doing a lot more on this. Chris has got the Stats and Tactics show, where he breaks down how Liverpool went about beating Man City. Fascinating stuff. Go over, try it for a free month. If you enjoy it, you can keep it after that. But look, I have to tell you, it's great. But if it was shit, I just wouldn't talk about it. But I can tell you quite comfortably and quite easily, some of the best stuff we've ever made is on the website right now. So you get an amazing value for money, you get an amazing content, and you're helping to support all the free stuff as well. So go over there. But do it after you finish watching the show, because the next story coming up is apparently Liverpool have rejected an offer from Sevilla, a loan move for Daniel Sturridge. Now, Dominic King, another well-respected Northwest journalist, has got here again on the Daily Mail. Look, the Daily Mail is a massive pile of shite as a publication, and although it's hard to unpick even the good stuff that they do with regards to sports stuff from it, we will for this moment because Dom King is a decent guy. They've rejected a loan offer. Apparently they were prepared to offer to pay all of his wages to take him for the rest of the season, but this has been dismissed by technical director Michael Edwards. I think we saw yesterday, I talked about potential move to Inter Milan. That was then followed up mere moments after we'd finished recording that Inter wanted him on loan as well. There will be no shortage of takers for a Daniel Sturridge loan because it's totally risk-free. Liverpool need to stand firm, and Daniel Sturridge has got World Cup ambitions. He needs to be playing football. He believes if he wants to get in that squad, I think he'll probably go as long as he's fit. But regardless, Liverpool need to stand firm on this. If they believe that he's got a value, let's not be bullied. We need to be as strong as we can possibly be in the transfer market. Don't be getting bullied by Sevilla. Don't be getting bullied by Inter Milan. Clubs that are, although in Sevilla's case, more recently successful in terms of silverware, but still far smaller on the football landscape than us, so tell them to swivel. And we'll see more on that story. Guaranteed, Daniel Sturridge will be getting talked about until deadline day. Now, the reason some of you may be here, apart from for my dazzling wit, charm and personality, is of course hot transfer rumour talk. This comes from donballon.com. A lot of outlets reporting Liverpool interested in James Rodriguez. Some even go as far as to do like, where will he fit in at Liverpool? Hold your horses. Let's see what the Spanish translation, thank you Google Translate, has got for us this time. There he is, looking like he's really genuinely pondering. In fact, let's see what it says. Receives a call of the coach, the Premier. Okay. James Rodriguez receives the call of a coach of the Premier and in Real Madrid hallucinate. Go ahead. The Colombian is being one of the names of the last weeks. James Rodriguez is back. Back, baby. The Colombian is completing very good games with Bayern and is focusing all the looks of the greats of Europe. The player who dazzled years ago does it again. So much so that in England they've already noticed him. This is the case of Jurgen Klopp. The German has been in contact with the environment of the player to try to get him next summer. At Anfield, they see him as the ideal substitute for Coutinho at Liverpool. That is the best translated bit is the bit that's obviously going to be the bit that drives all the clicks. Funny that. But it is a more than difficult operation. James Rodriguez is on loan for 2 seasons at Bayern Munich, and it does appear the German club want to stop that transfer before time. Even so, at Real Madrid, they hallucinate with the interest that is now awakening James. So good. That is like Chaucer levels of brilliance. Real Madrid hallucinate with the interest that is now awakening James. It's got like it's like if Chaucer did 50 Shades of Grey. That's basically what you got there. Many regret having given it for 2 seasons, considering that this summer could come very tempting offers, considering how is the market. Yeah, look, a lot of this apparently is dictated about whether Bayern Munich want to keep hold of the player or not. I've seen some supplementary talk that Goretzka going to Bayern Munich could put an end to their need for Rodriguez. The simple thing is, he's a very, very good player. Now, he's not got a great goal or assist return, I'll be honest. And I think he's 16 times he's been in the squad for Bayern Munich this season in the Bundesliga. 10 starts and 3 off the bench. So he's getting a reasonable amount of game time for them. We know he's a good player. Liverpool did have their 2-year loan deal, didn't they? We had that for Javi Manquillo, and Brendan Rodgers cut that short every year. So it's not unheard of to see these things happen, but it feels like no one knows what Liverpool are doing. There are no strong, real rumours here, so it's inevitable that Liverpool have got money to spend. Let's drag up some names that might be an outside possibility, and I think it's a real stretch. I think Don Ballon are basically chatting massive amounts of wham, so they can stick it straight up their hoops. Right, get some comments. We've got a super chat, which I will go straight to. Tom, thank you very much for doing the... As I was going to say something, I've just stolen his glory. Andrew Abbott, you guys are awesome! Keep up the amazing work of the Redmen offers. Who would be your 5 realistic must-have signing to challenge next season? 5, I'll tell you a couple absolutely off the bat. Jan Oblak, goalkeeper, go and make that happen. Past that, Thomas Lemar, because if he's going to be the next big thing and top clubs are going to be interested in him, then beat those top clubs to his signing, and then you get another lad who's coming up. I would then go and buy and this is where I lose it in the names. I'm not entirely certain past this, if I'm perfectly honest. I think Liverpool, depending on the fitness of Nathaniel Klein, might need another starting right back, and I think we need another centre half. That could happily be Stefan de Vrij if we think we could still pick him up on a free transfer. And then, you know what, go and buy... I got no idea. Buy a centre forward. Fuck it, who knows? Who knows, new kids? If you're watching, leave me some suggestions, comments. I've just recorded a video that's going to be on my YouTube channel, actually, where I talk about, I think Liverpool need one signing this January. Why I think this is, a little inkling of who I think it might be, to some extent. Go to that channel, subscribe, MHTV. It's my channel. I want 30,000 subscribers by the end of January. I do football chat and opinion and a few other bits and pieces. Go and check it out. But yeah, it'll help me if you send some thoughts in the comments below here. That would be absolutely stupendous. Have we got any Woodburn comments, Tom? You prepared for that,
yes, we have two.
Go.
CT Videos says, Woodburn needs time on loan. He needs experience. And to counter that, ZZN, I think, he says, yeah, I'd love to see Woodburn get some first-team football in the team. Yeah,
I totally agree with that on the Ben Woodburn thing. I've been disappointed that his opportunities have been limited. And now here's the thing, if that's because he's not good enough, then whatever, you know, he'll get on with his career in the Championship at some point. But I think there's something there. I really think we've got a special player, and sometimes careers can be made or broken on opportunity. I wouldn't look. He's not better than Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, Mohamed Salah, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Adam Lallana, Gini Wijnaldum, positions that you know you could feasibly play in. But if Liverpool end up in a situation where we have a little bit of an injury crisis and we have to play these guys, he's going to be given opportunities, sink or swim, trial by fire, and we might just see Liverpool end up with a player for the long term who's got a real passion and love for the football club for a change, as opposed to us having to buy yet more mercenaries who come in, do 3 seasons and they're desperate for a move to Barcelona. Yes. Just to clarify one, sorry. Katsors Mania, the shirt mate. Is this the big transfer news that you're moving to Real Madrid TV? Did you not realise that RMTV, what that stood for all along? Just saying. Just saying.
Well, I was about to say that because everyone, literally everyone, has said, why are you wearing that jacket?
I can't note it. Adam is a Real Madrid fan, I don't notice. Zubs LFC, Paul moving to Real Madrid fan TV. That's the transfer. Someone mentioned Pulisic, actually. That's a great chat. I'd love Liverpool to sign Pulisic in the summer. Yeah.
So, Brian McMahon Gallagher, I think. Chan is so hot and cold. Would love him to stay, but even if he does, we need a new DM to pump pressure onto him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, Emre Can is going to be a good... I think he's going to be a very, very good footballer. I don't think he's good enough to play it, to be the best. He's not the best option for Liverpool week in, week out. Man City was a great example of what Emre Can's best at. He's best at in big games, and I think he's got a very vital role to play between now and the end of the season. And if he's got that vital role to play and he can play well in those big games, then it'd be stupid of Liverpool to let him go. But we could very much do it when he's got time and space and he has to dictate a football match when Liverpool are dominating and Liverpool are on top and miles the better side. That's not his game, and we're a worse side in that regard. Jordan Henderson is the better fit. But before people engage caps lock and start going on these random weird anti-Henderson rants, I don't think Jordan Henderson's the right fit necessarily either. So it would be nice to get someone who can come in and just be a cool head, who's been there and done it, who can dictate play, who can dictate the tempo. I've got a great range of passing to help kickstart what we do in the games when we're being left with all the possession and we need to be the one battering teams. I don't think we've got that player, so you know, if we could find that player, that'd be good. Some shouts for Forsberg, Mohit Suri there, a few people saying that as well. Wouldn't mind a look at him either. One more for us, Tom.
Christopher Warsopif. There's some weird names today. If we get James, our attack will be complete. He just seems a more rounded player than Coutinho.
Yeah, maybe so. But I don't think his goal return or assist return since, you know, was it like the World Cup was his breakout summer? I don't think he's kicked on since then, and he's clearly still a talent. The fact that, you know, Bayern Munich are interested in taking him says a lot, but equally, it's interesting that they weren't interested in buying him. They've got him on a loan. You'd take James Rodriguez on a loan all day long, wouldn't you? So yeah, someone said, ask me where I got my Real Madrid sweatshirt. eBay, mate. eBay. I think it was 30 quid. It was a Christmas present that I told someone to buy for me, because it's a nice top, so thank you for the compliments. Other than that, yes, I am a massive Real Madrid fan.
One more, Josh Williams says, announce Sanchez. So, there you go, announce him.
Sanchez, a sign for Manchester United, I don't know.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah, shame really, but if he's a massive bell end and he costs £400,000 a week in wages, then whatever, man. Let Man United continue to do that. Let them continue to try for short-term solutions when that club needs a long-term plan. That's all I'm saying. Right, drop a subscribe on the Redmen TV YouTube channel. Go over to the redmentv.com. If you want more content, you're bored, you've watched everything on YouTube, and you like what we do, start a redmentv.com subscription up. Chris has got his stats. If you like the stats, if you want more in-depth Liverpool analysis, you can. If you just want more of us freestyle and having a laugh and chatting footy, not taking life too seriously, we've got the final word after every single game. We've got the Reds transfer roundup, the hub and home of all Liverpool transfer news with Steve Hall every single week, and loads of bonus content as well, talking to Liverpool journos and beyond. Go to the redmentv.com, sign up. It's the best thing you'll do today, provided you've not had an amazing wank. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you all soon. Ta-ra.